Isidro Sanchez and Las Vegas Lights looking to bring the postseason to Sin City, but they're going to have to go up against an RGV side who's looking to make a similar push for the postseason here in 2018. It's Las Vegas Lights FC from Cashman hosting RGV FC in what should be a scintillating 90 minutes, and two teams who played just a few weeks ago. Tyler Terrence along with none other than the incomparable Devin Kerr. And now let's take a look at your Findlay Toyota keys to the game. Findlay Toyota is an official partner of Las Vegas Lights FC. Mr. Devin Kerr, what do we got for tonight?
For the fourth game in a row, Isidro Sanchez, head coach of Las Vegas Lights, is going to be playing, calls it a 5-3-2. It's really like a 3-5-2 wingback system. They're starting to gain some momentum and chemistry in that movement, so they want to trust that fixed formation. For RGV, they're trusting Todd Wharton, their captain, number 14 in the middle of the park. Head coach Jerson Echeverry telling us that he is probably their most dynamic and best player on the field. They're going to need him tonight if they're going to come into Cashman and get it done. Another player they're going to need to combine with Todd Wharton is the big guy up top, number 10, Pablo Aguilar. He doesn't blow you away with his statistics, only 2 goals on the year, but his ability to get into the dangerous areas and combine with other players on a regular basis is what has made him such a vital and key component to this squad. Extremely efficient on the ball. He gets together with the other guys on a rapid basis.
And he actually won a national championship with Todd Wharton as well back in 2014 at the University of Virginia. And for Las Vegas Lights FC, they're going to try to rely on a guy who they just recently signed but scored an excellent game winner against T2 just a couple weeks ago in the 74th minute.
What a stunner coming onto the pitch about 8-10 minutes later, and you see him line this up, gets it around the wall, picks out the far corner, and that's what you're going to get from Omar Salgado. They need to take advantage of his talents now. 2019, he's going to be with the expansion squad El Paso.
Well, they're going to have to do tonight without one of their better players, Carlos Alvarez, who, Devin, in you and I's opinion, has probably been the most consistent provider of goals and assists for this Vegas side. He's going to miss the next 3 matches for his more than deserved red card against S2.
Unfortunately, he was thrown out of that game, and it was very uncharacteristic of Carlos Alvarez. Talking with Isidro Sanchez, we said, what did you think about the foul? Quite blatantly, he said, you know what? He made a mistake. We all make mistakes. That's not how he behaves on the field. That's not what Las Vegas Lights is about. He is a key component that they're not going to have tonight. Someone else has got to step up in his place.
Well, Las Vegas Lights FC coming off of a difficult loss against S2 in their most recent match. Meanwhile, RGV riding the 3rd longest unbeaten streak in the United Soccer League at 6. Both teams below the playoff line. They're looking to change all that. The battle for 3 points is next.
It doesn't matter your age, what position you play, where you're from, or what team you go for. We live in a city full of attractions. The lights and colors unite us. Our passion for the world's greatest sport unites us. A single jersey unites us. Las Vegas Lights. Sport our jersey, and together let's support our team. We are Vegas. Viva Lights.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Lights soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes. A pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
At Chivas Fight Club, we believe there's a fighter in all of us. A mind that's always moving, thinking, sparring, and a heart that won't be knocked down. We believe in staying devoted to the fight, because every dream is worth fighting for. On the rise to the top, hard work should be rewarded, and success always shared. What are you fighting for?
Si una compañía de energía lo llama y le ofrece que pueden pagar su factura de electricidad durante 7 años y después obtendrán energía gratis, ¿lo aceptaría?
Mi nombre es Carlos Rodríguez. Llámame y le puedo hacer una evaluación completamente gratis para informarle lo fácil que es producir su propia energía y también aprovechar el 30% de descuento de crédito fiscal.
Universal Solar Direct nos ha proporcionado muchos beneficios de energía solar.
La verdad es que estamos muy contentos de haberlos llamado.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Zappos. Visit zappos.com/LVLightsFC. By your Findlay Toyota. We'll do anything to sell you a car. And Plaza Hotel and Casino, the official hotel of the lights in downtown Las Vegas. Just about 7 miles north of the Strip here in Sin City, Las Vegas and RGV set to do battle for 3 points in what should be a really interesting Western Conference matchup, as these two teams right now well below the playoff line, but trying to make a big late season push. And we'll take a look at the starting 11, which is brought to you by Zappos, presenting the Zappos Fan Tailgate starting at 5:30 p.m. before every match. Visit zappos.com/LVLightsFC. Jerson Echeverry, Devin, what are we looking for here in the starting 11?
Interestingly enough, he's actually pulled off left back Sheldon Sullivan, who had won that battle versus Kai Green. Brings Kai Green from the right back over to the left. Manny Padilla is going to step in. He's won that starting role. In the middle of the field, though, they're calling this a 4-3-3, but keep an eye. Perea is going to sit deep. Wharton and Zaldivar right up top of that, so it almost turns into a 4-1-2-3 of sorts. But again, their ability to combine with the boys up top is going to be the recipe for success tonight. The back line of Las Vegas looking very strong as of late. Unfortunately, the midfield has been disconnected from those three at the back. I talked about the chemistry at the top of the broadcast and their ability to maintain that 5-3-2, 3-5-2 wingback system. They have to stay in constant contact with the boys in the middle and the guys up top if they want to have success at home. We've seen some great performances, though.
Well, Las Vegas coming off of a 3-0 loss at home to S2. There were some discipline issues. Alatorre and Alvarez both sent off. Alvarez certainly is going to be missed more in terms of an offensive standpoint than Alatorre, but Alatorre did a lot of things defensively. As this Las Vegas team, Devin, continue to have their ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster, and we talked to Isidro Sanchez a number of times this season. He seems to be okay with that as long as they're getting results. The results have eluded them as of late. The last win was against T2 with Salgado having that 74th minute winner from a free kick. If you are Las Vegas, what are you trying to do in these last few weeks to try to make a push for the playoffs?
You'd like to replicate those great performances you're referencing, but unfortunately they haven't been able to. That's why they're sitting 10 back right now of that playoff line, that 8th spot where Swope Park Rangers is currently occupying it. Look, we've seen their highs be absolutely massive. Starting in the preseason versus Vancouver Whitecaps, they had a great showing. We've seen stuff versus Swope Park Rangers, both home and away. You and I talked about one of their best performances on the year was probably a 10-man squad that traveled to Zion's Bank, taking on Real Monarchs. Now, that was absolutely impressive. And to do it without a guy who went off in the early 20 minutes, that's amazing. But they just haven't been able to do it on a regular basis. Isidro said that. He goes, I know it's kind of pretty stereotypical of a coach to say that, but consistency really is our biggest problem. They can get it done, just can't do it regularly.
Well, they're looking to get it done at home here at Cashman against an RGV side that has yet to win a game away from HEB. They're sporting their white kits with blue shorts and socks. Las Vegas in their all blacks as we're officially underway from Cashman. Michael Zapata gets us underway, our head referee. And the good news for Las Vegas is that the injury report, vacant. UMC is the official hospital and emergency services provider for the Las Vegas Lights. Tonight's medical report includes nobody, with the exception of Devin Kerr.
What's wrong with me?
I don't think that graphic was big enough.
Fair enough. Well, interesting. We talked about it in the lineups, but Jerson Echeverry has actually moved Manny Padilla to left back. That's the first time I've seen him there all season long. Kai Green has the ability to shift from the right side to the left side. But Manny Padilla has primarily been deployed on the right side of the pitch. That's a shocking move.
Garcia checks to get the what was going to be long throw-in. Ball sent in. Early trouble for RGV. The diving header by Connor Donovan. RGV looking to break out on the other end. We mentioned Jerson Echeverry's side riding a 6-match unbeaten streak. They have 11 draws on the season. And you look at some of the other teams towards the bottom of the Western Conference, Devin, and you wonder how a team with only 3 points is sitting in 15th. Not that that's necessarily a good thing, but they aren't too far off of making a push, and all of those draws and all their ability to defend has really proved to pay off, at least until this moment. They need to make good on these remaining games so they can go ahead and get 3 points in matches like this against Las Vegas.
First and foremost, a lot of squads in the USL, both Eastern and Western Conference, struggle on the road. They're one of them. They haven't been able to get a result. That's okay. They've made HEB Park, their home ground, a fortress. But like you said, there's 8 ties at home, 11 overall. But you go back and look, they were able to do it versus Reno. They did the same thing versus Sac Republic. So they're getting results versus big squads. They just can't find the back of the net. They've had some success on the offensive side of the ball recently, but defensively they have to stay strong.
Freddie Adu bringing it down. The early delivery, back post, Salgado inches away from an opener inside of the first 3 minutes. And a thumbs up of approval from the ball out wide. It was an excellent delivery.
Definitely gets lost in translation here with the back line of RGV. Just slips to the backside, right in behind Manny Padilla. Forgot Salgado was behind him. Tries to pick out that far post. Definitely had Nico Cordy beat.
Christian Torres, who was just responsible for that delivery to Salgado. Lots back in, Ochoa helping it along. Sammy Ochoa, when we asked Isidro Sanchez, was described as the most consistent player with Las Vegas. Devin, tend to agree with that?
I'd probably agree with Isidro on that one. One of the biggest frustrations that he's had with him is that he doesn't mind his personal performances. He thinks he goes out and does it quite impressively against some pretty big squads. He gets isolated in a lot of situations up top there, and his ability to hold his own, second to none in this league. But sometimes he tends to get lost from the overall philosophy, as the word that they like to use down in Las Vegas, and he can drift at times, not employing that press they like to get involved in. A couple of games, though he was able to find the back of the net, actually cost them on the offensive side of the ball, and Isidro said if he could replicate anything, it's been his ability to connect with the guys as a whole.
15 goals between Mendiola, Alvarez, and Ochoa. All three of them have 5 goals apiece. Actually, Daigo Kobayashi with 4 in second on Las Vegas. But Ochoa didn't get his first goal of the season until their win against Colorado Springs, which was virtually a couple of months into the season. Guy who scored 8 goals with Sacramento a year ago and helped the Republic side to upset the Real Monarchs in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs in 2017. RGV looking to build out of the back. Contact in the middle of the field from Garcia. It'll come out the other way, says Michael Zapata. RGV on the move. Long range effort for Reno. Wasn't exactly sure whether it was going to skip wide or not. Thankfully for him, it did so.
Not a bad idea from Aldo Quintanilla. Number 23 stepping up right at the top of the 18. Had an opportunity to test Ricardo Ferrigno in between the pipes. Don't mind that from your striker. Get things going early, test your confidence levels.
Here's Kobayashi sliding through a couple defenders, puts it on frame, or at least tried to. Kobayashi just splitting 2 RGV defenders. Connor Donovan. A little bit of a miscue there from Matias Zaldivar. Celebrating his 23rd birthday today, the Argentinian. Wiki up for the header. There is Todd Wharton, the captain, dropping in very deep to receive the ball for RGV. It's long for Padilla. Trying to take it over the top. Go Jaime. Salgado just getting a little bit of tutelage from El Chaliz as we'll take a look at that Kobayashi chance just a few moments ago.
Good stuff by Kobayashi, trying to pull the trigger on Nico Corti. He saw Aldo Cantanilla just a few minutes ago on the other side of the pitch. Both guys coming up through the middle, just having a good look. Again, always good to test your confidence early and try the goalkeeper. Want to keep him honest.
Second time these two teams have met in less than a month. So RGV coming away with the win. Goals from Connor Donovan in the 45th and Chuy Enriquez in the 90th. Torres getting forward, looking for Ochoa at that near post. RGV standing strong. Very much a side that's into last-ditch defending, Devin. They sometimes do allow teams to get relatively deep, but when push comes to shove, they do tighten up at the back when things start to get hairy.
Talk with Jerson, he actually thinks that their offensive side might be their better side of the ball, which is funny because they haven't been able to be as prolific as they have defensively in the final third. But guys have such great stories. You've got the big-time draft prospects like Manny Padilla, but then you've got walk-ons like number 30, Omar Ontiveros. They discovered him last year. A couple training sessions early on in the year, and they brought him in through a walk-on tryout, and had some injuries that he had to struggle with, but he has been pretty regular of a starter for that center back position.
Here's Aguilar. RGV on the move. It's a menacing attack. Good move out wide. Delivery. Nobody home for RGV. All the runs being made towards the near post. And it's Quintanilla again who's involved.
Más juntos a la defensiva, güey. Para que les dé tiempo a Freddy y a Omar de seguir a los laterales.
Select is the official soccer ball of the USL. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Receive free shipping on orders over $50. Kobayashi going to ground. Padilla staying with it. Now here's Padilla. Farino again scrambled off of his line. And in the early going, both sides having some good opportunities, but neither team able to test the keeper just yet.
That's the biggest thing here. You at least got to put it on frame. Third opportunity past 4 minutes between the two sides. Not able to put it on the 8x8, but you can see the ball. It's got that little hop to it. The side that Ricardo Farino is dealing with tonight. It's makeshift area parts of the field that dealing with Saad that isn't pressed totally down. You could see the ball jump up on Manny Padilla right at the last second as he pulled the trigger.
Sometimes those make for the best strikes.
Yeah, they sit nice for you, but can also be quite frustrating as well. But I think it's probably worse for the goalkeeper, as it adds a little English that you aren't expecting on the end of the shot.
Jaime on the long throw-in. Pops back out to the central midfielder as Corti almost caught off of his line. Almost jumped out of your seat a little bit over here.
I've looked at you. I thought it was going to end up in the back of the net.
Aguilar can't hang on to it. Kobayashi comes away with it. Now here's Salgado, the big 6'4" forward. Holding up play nicely. Trying to dump it in. Christian Torres. Linking up with Freddy Adu. Around the first defender. Freddy still driving. Now it's Kobayashi. Intended for Ochoa. Jaime up for it again. It'll come out the other way. Devin, you mentioned RGV maybe not being the most potent offensive team in the Western Conference. They're on this 6-match unbeaten streak, but they only have 4 goals in their last 6 matches. Now, that sounds like a statistic similar with a team over in the Eastern Conference with Bob Lilly and the Pittsburgh River Rhinos. Just being able to defend extremely well, not score a ton of goals, but still get results.
You had to get that in there, didn't you?
I always have to.
The River Rhinos. That's the biggest thing here. I mean, what do they say? Offense wins games, defense wins championships.
I guess.
I don't necessarily know if I 100% agree with that, and I'm a center back. But I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, if you can keep the ball from crossing that goal line, that's a big thing. And a lot of teams in the Western and Eastern Conference can't do that regularly. Jerson Echeverry has gotten these boys to be able to do it, but again, at some point in time, you got to start finding the net. And 4 out of 6 isn't the worst. It's a rough challenge by Samuel Ochoa.
That's an understatement, as Mr. Ochoa really cleaned out Todd Wharton from behind, but Wharton, the Warrior, just pops right back up. Well, this is a match on July 14th between these two sides that featured 35 fouls. However, 25 of them belonging to Las Vegas, including 4 yellow cards. Kind of shocked that this one isn't a card.
Early on in the game, it's a referee just feeling things out, letting the players find their rhythm and exactly how he's going to call this game. As long as he sets the tempo appropriately and calls it the same way both directions, I have no problem with some leeway here and there. It's when the referee starts to get irregular with the whistle, that's when you get bothered as a player.
Good work from Wilmer Cabrera, able to keep it for RGV.
We get a shout out to Sammy Ochoa and the new do. Respect the new haircut. It's nice. High and tight on the side. It's impressive.
Is it really that much different from what it used to have?
Yeah, that's a 0. That's a 0. He used to go with a kind of an uptown fade.
That's why I leave the fashion and the hairstyles to you. I'll focus on the game.
Fair enough.
Almost given away Wharton, able to claim it. Goes out wide for Kai Green. Seton Hall University product out of New Jersey. Aguilar unable to get there. Good fall for Cabrera. Aguilar will claim it. And Joel Huiki. Right place, right time. Salgado and Manny Padilla getting to know each other a little bit better. Taveros. You can see that block from Las Vegas. Once RGV starts to penetrate, gets extremely tight.
And keep an eye on the midfielders. You've seen Wharton drop back for the most of the night. Just a second ago, there's some good interchanging play. Neither one of them received the ball between Wharton and Nicolas Perea. And their ability to combine spatially in the middle of the field is what's going to be able to break down Las Vegas. Las Vegas has seen that so far, and that's where you see that line stepping up.
Salgado take it down from behind, and a free kick coming up for Las Vegas. Well, he hasn't seen the ball a ton tonight, but Omar Salgado starting to put his stamp on this game.
It's young Wilmer Cabrera, 17 years old. His father's actually the head coach of the Houston Dynamo. Getting a couple looks with RGV tracking back after Salgado. This could be in his wheelhouse at this distance. You saw what he did versus T2 in the open. Another excellent opportunity for him to test goalkeeper Nico Corti. Salgado having a few closing arguments with Kobayashi, who wants to get in on the fun as well.
Well, Salgado scored the game winner in the 74th against T2 2 weeks ago. It'll be Salgado again. Keeps it low, but straight into the wall. Lobbed back in by Torres. Corti lines it up. Can of corn. Playing it along for Salgado. It'll stay in play. Manny Padilla out to defend. The El Paso native on the move. But again, two different runners for Las Vegas, both making that run to the near post. You could see Sammy Ochoa upset with the lack of recognition from Freddie Adu.
It's the rust that we've seen from Freddie Adu all season long. Not getting as many reps as we thought he would, but again, coming off of a hiatus of a year or so, really trying to get back into fitness, and that takes time. Not just the training reps, but game fitness as well. Mentally, you have to become more sharp down the stretch. Haven't seen that from the phenom Freddie Adu, and I think eventually they'll finally get him back to where they'd like to. Definitely some growing pains in the meantime.
Well, he, like Sammy Ochoa, scored his first goal of the season against Colorado Springs, actually on Freddie Adu's birthday, no less. Received that big poker chip, courtesy of Plaza Hotel and Casino. Two weeks from tonight, the Lights return to Cashman Field when they host Phoenix Rising FC. Come meet UFC stars Forrest Griffiths, Joe Benavidez, and Claudia Gadela. For tickets, visit lightsfc.com/August or purchase tickets at any La Bonita supermarket. Kobayashi giving chase. Kai Green quite literally nipping at his heels and nipping a bit too hard.
Good stuff by the veteran midfielder, though. You can see the defensive threat by Kai Green stepping up the pitch. Kobayashi just shields him right off the ball, able to gain the foul. And someone we haven't talked about yet, Ricardo Ferreño. He's been quiet, 20 minutes in. What's wrong with him? You all right, buddy?
Most keepers would be happy with that being not spoken about for the first 20 minutes, but Ricardo Ferreño is not most goalkeepers. Salgado again. Torres overlapping. Freddie Adu delivering. Skips all the way through. Falls for Ochoa, but straight into the hands of Cordy. First time he's been tested tonight. Connor Donovan. Picked off by Huiki. Adu again. Looking to go over the top for Ochoa. Padilla cleans it up. You can already see early on, Devin, that Vegas feel that they have a big height advantage in and around the penalty area. As Inigo gets in for a sliding challenge, and the crowd appreciates the recent signings effort.
They're not far off with their thought process, especially when you bring those ball through the middle. And Todd Wharton stands right around 6 foot, but the backline of RGV actually has decent size, but when you're playing on the counter, you're throwing a ball in the air, it's very difficult for a defender to step back, get a standing foot on a full sprint, and then go up and win a challenge, especially when you're going up with the likes of Sammy Ochoa, who's 6'2 plus. Plus he's got that big frame on him, very difficult to defend. Exactly what we're talking about. Good look by Freddie Adu. Ball gets played in, and this is just Ochoa. Smart takes a step back. Padilla loses his footing. Gets caught off by the positioning of Sammy Ochoa. Expect a better finish from the front man up top, but still a good look.
Wharton gets stuck in, paid the price. As did Wilmer Cabrera. Salgado using that big 6'4 frame. Well, the #1 overall pick in the MLS draft by the Vancouver Whitecaps back in 2011. Came up through the Chivas Academy, not Chivas USA, but rather the Liga MX side, Chivas de Guadalajara. Aguilar spinning away from trouble.
His story was interesting too, because he comes up through the Chivas system and actually decided that he might try a go of it across season, went and trained with Everton, had the opportunity to train with Fulham as well, and then just never got offered anything fully, so comes back, and that's when he gets drafted by Vancouver, and since then he Hasn't really found the form that you saw as a youngster. He was a huge talent coming out. Everybody boasting about him, but it's been slow to regain the momentum that he had early on in his career.
Here's a look at big number 8. Scored his first goal with Las Vegas against T2. USL's official Twitter feed keeps you up to date with news, live game updates, and highlights from around the league 24/7, 370 days a year. Follow at USL on Twitter. Garduño. Good win from Connor Donovan. Freddie Adu. Just clips Todd Wharton after his second touch. Wasn't necessarily a clean one.
That's exactly what I talked about from the lights. You get them, make a great defensive play. They start to go the other direction. Marco Jaime finds Freddie Adu, and then that touch lets him down. Causes frustration. We've seen that time and time again from Las Vegas Lights. They do such a good job on the defensive side of the ball, but they cause themselves so much more work once they give it away. It's been happening all too often.
Crisp movement from RGV. Rough challenge there. Referee says play on. Salgado stood up extremely well. Aguilar. After his former college teammate Todd Wharton. It's a good idea, that entry ball. In for Nico Perea. Salgado again, driving, fouled from behind by Todd Wharton. Devin Kerr claims that there should be a yellow card involved. Let's see what Michael Zapata thinks.
Todd definitely gets away with one here because that's his second foul. And this one, Salgado out in front, going to goal. Definitely momentum for Las Vegas Lights. Wharton knows exactly what he's doing, sticks his foot out. See, Salgado wants a card in that situation too. I agree with you, buddy.
There's not much that you think warrants a yellow card, so I'm certainly surprised. Good set piece opportunity here for Vegas. Freddie Adu. Good ball in. The diving header from Inigo wasn't far off. We will have a hydration break tonight, and around the half-hour mark.
This is another one of those opportunities. You talked earlier, Tyler, about the double run to the near post. It's good movement. Roberto Inigo drifting to the back post, but there's 3 other guys in the same spot. Why is it someone checking away, bringing a runner with them, and then you peel off to the back post? Las Vegas Lights is so good at running set plays like that. Surprised to see them execute in that manner.
Inigo was one of those recent signings who had to wait for the international window to open up. Can you hear Gerson Echeverri barking at his team, have some patience, and they have been patient up until this point. Working out of the back, moving on and off the ball. Echeverri making the jump from collegiate soccer in the United States to the professional level. He's a coach at Seton Hall University. Same alma mater as Kai Green. Echeverri was also an All-American at Seton Hall as a player. Very strong relationship with Wilmer Cabrera. head coach of the Houston Dynamo, who RGV has a nice affiliation with.
Both those coaches actually had Kai Green at the U17 national level. Talked about his ability to get up and on the field. What an athlete he is, and just an explosive, raw firepower talent that has been harnessed over the years and tailored in that defensive direction. Got to be nice as a coach to step into an organization and have such a familiar face on your back line.
Freddie Adu switching the point of attack. Here's Kobayashi. Huiki. Considerably forward from that center back position, almost gave it away. Just dumped in by Onigo. Ochoa bringing it down. Cordy able to make the save. It's a great ball forward. Seemed to be some miscommunication at the back from RGV, but Cordy did extremely well. Zaldivar swing and a miss. Torres gave it right back. And now it's RGV on the move. Quintanilla. Numbers in the box. Sends all the way through. Aguilar was just a tad late.
That's what RGV can do. The explosiveness going the other direction. It's not really a counter because Las Vegas was set defensively, but you can see their ability to exploit the space in between the two center backs as they pushed up top. You just talked about Wiki in that high line he was playing a second ago. RGV almost beat him on it.
Good ball over the top. Aguilar. Shot well wide. Perhaps was intended for Cabrera. El Chalice and company claiming that there should have been an offside flag.
El Chalice not happy with our referee, but this is the ball in. You see it float in, and this is difficult for a striker because for Ochoa, he has to bring it down better, but when it escapes him out in front, you almost have to contort your body, throw it in the air, and have a strike. It gets out to Corti. Corti makes a great last-ditch effort. RGV counterpunches going the other direction, tries to get Aguilar right at the top of the six, could not find him.
Well, we'll have our hydration break here in the 30th minute. 0-0 between RGV and Las Vegas Lights FC. Tyler Terrence along with ex-German pro Devin Kerr. And Devin, this is pretty tame from Las Vegas in the first 30 minutes.
Surprising. They've kept themselves under wraps, but that's good. A lot of times we see them emotionally get out too far. They throw themselves almost in front of a bus and they can never make their way back. We talked about Carlos Alvarez in the open and his red card. A lot of that emotion and frustration stemmed from the dramatics that went on in the opening 45 minutes. Totally different case here. The plot is 100% in the other direction. They've held the ball pretty decently, but you can see that disconnect I talked about between the back line and the guys up top. Some of these long balls just kind of floating in. They're not really on the same page. RGV on the other side is pretty much stereotypical of their play. Sound defensively, they're going to pick and choose their spots going forward. But we've seen 3 times now they've got into the final third and haven't been able to really challenge Ricardo Ferrigno. If you don't put anything on goal, you never have an opportunity to score. And yes, that is my Maddenism for the night.
Again, these two sides met back on July 14th, 2-0 in favor of RGV and HEB. Connor Donovan providing one of the scores in the 45th minute, as well as Chuy Enriquez in the 90th. As the crowd continues to soak in some football on a beautiful, albeit hot and humid, Saturday night here in Sin City. Fireworks, fun, and food highlight our Saturday Night Lights in August. We have 2 more home games plus a pool party / watch party at Plaza Hotel. Visit lightsfc.com/August for details. You bathing suit ready?
I don't remember getting that memo, do you? I'm always bathing suit ready. Born ready.
Hashtag wedding diet.
Wedding diet. Full effect. It's going quite well, actually.
I know, I can see.
Had some vegetarian tacos today.
Good Lord.
It's delightful. As you can tell by the enthusiasm in my voice.
For those of you who don't know, Devin Kerr, soon to be happily married in late December. So if you haven't, make sure you wish him well on his journey in life with his new partner.
I won't forget you.
Most bittersweet day of my life. We'll resume play here at Cashman. Both sides looking for a breakthrough. Both sides looking for 3 points as these two clubs well below the playoff cutoff line, but still some football to be played. But if there's a move to be made, no time like the present. Aguilar. Padilla racing to try to get there, unable to do so. Freddie Adu. Racing forward, Ochoa running with him. A little bit too much on it. Christian Torres is making a delayed run over on the left wing. But again, as you said, Devin, that disconnect between the front line, the midfield, just seems to only be 1, maybe 2 attackers running at this RGV back line, which, as we've talked about ad nauseum at this point, has proved to be very difficult to get by over the past few weeks and really for the entire season.
Even if you disagree with the idea that he should have held up and played that ball to the back post on the trailing run by Christian Torres, Semi Ochoa is 5 yards in front of him. He plays the ball 20 yards past him, though. I don't understand, like, why is there so much effort between that ball being played in? That's a tiny little touch and go, play little 2-man game. And that's that rust we talked about, not only from Freddie Adu, but all the guys from Las Vegas going forward. Again, on the set piece situations, they've been outstanding, but unfortunately in the run of play, not as much.
Salgado. It's a decent idea to play it around Padilla. No foul. Well, if you are Las Vegas, Devin, when talking about Freddie Adu, at what point does the rust conversation start to become null and void and maybe a little outdated?
Probably going to hit that around a year, year and a half mark. You have to understand that when he came in, not only had he not played, he wasn't training at all. So you're already physically playing catch up. To get your body back to professional game fitness, you're looking at 9 months. Easy. Easy 9 months. He's approaching that mark. They acquired him in April, I believe, mid to late April. So we do quick math here, carry the 1. It's 4 months, but we'll get there. Okay, we'll get there. But you get the idea. Come full circle next year, they're able to acquire him again. Better opportunity.
Jaime sends it in. Kai Green. Only as far as Jaime again, but Corti able to claim this one.
It's definitely been a project the entire time, but you hit that year, year and a half mark, they'll find out right away, come early season, exactly what they want to do with Freddie Adu. And at some point in time, he's going to have to make that decision. How much commitment are you going to put into this process?
Here's Torres, lets it fly. Nico Corti sees it out of play.
This is what they need from our home squad. As you see Las Vegas lights, this is one of the wingback. Christian Torres on the left side, stepping up, having a nice strike from distance. Couldn't get it on frame to challenge Nico Corti, but they need more of that. They need to get Marco Jaime and Christian Torres involved. We saw the late run earlier. Freddie Adu not able to pick him out. Christian Torres going alone in that situation, but seen a lot going right up through the middle. Use the wings more.
Watch highlights from every game of the 2018 season and stay up to date with news from across the USL at the league's official Facebook page, facebook.com/USL Soccer. Remember, Vegas without the services of Carlos Alvarez, suspended for the next 3 games, including this one. After his red card against S2, Alatorre missing this game as well for his double yellow. And both of those cards and both of those ejections coming virtually right before halftime. And while S2 had scored in that first half, and while Vegas were down, it seemed like a very manageable situation against an S2 side that, while be it talented but young, and the whole thing just blew up in El Chalice and his son's face, Isidro. And those are the types of games against a side that's bottom of the Western Conference. If you are going to make a postseason push, you have to at least get a point out of.
You could see it building the entire time, though. They had some choppy play. The referee definitely took good management of the game is what we'll call it. He called a tight-knit game both directions. There was a foul right before Alatorre's second yellow on Omar Salgado that was extremely questionable. Referee did not blow the whistle. That led to Alatorre stepping up in. You could see the hard challenge just a second ago on Todd Wharton, but the frustration by Alatorre, he knew right away when he went in that he was going to get his second yellow, but everything just started to mount, and then unfortunately just terrible decision-making right at the end of the first half by Carlos Alvarez. And that's kind of what we've seen from Vegas. They go out, they put together a solid performance, and remember, they were on a little Pacific Northwest swing after the T2 game going to the Sounders, and you wanted to follow that up, but again, like you said, Tyler, you just can't get it going. They gain the momentum, and just like that, all the hot air coming out of the balloon just came crashing down.
The ball sent through, offside flag is up. Some other scores from around the Western Conference. Orange County a 2-1 lead over Swope Park. In the 84th minute, Orange County midweek dug out a point against T2, who scored 2 goals in the first half hour of that match. And then Nina Voltson and Aiden Quinn in the second half, providing the tallies as Freddie Adu picks this ball up. Torres overlapping, Adu still with it. Maybe one too many touches. Connor Donovan comes away with it.
Once again, Freddie Adu right on cue. 3 too many touches. That's where he gets it. Takes 1 touch, look up. You allow that play on your side to develop. Play the ball down into the channel. The overlapping run from Christian Torres. Instead, it goes the other direction. And now RGV have moved into the final third. The foul comes in by Wiki on Quintanilla. It's a double swing. There's just no reason for it whatsoever.
So Wiki issued mustard here in the 41st minute after what should have been a finished product of some sort, whether it went over the byline or goal line. And now Wiki getting a yellow card, one of the center backs in this 3-back system for Isidro Sanchez and his father El Chalice, and a very dangerous set piece coming up for RGV.
You can expect Jerson Echeverry to tell his squad to take some time just before half. Maybe sneak something in here. Todd Wharton gonna look for Omar Ontiveros, Connor Donovan, and Big Kai Green, all standing 6'1" or bigger. Put that ball up, let one of the big center backs or outside defender go get it.
Todd Wharton puts it on frame. And Ferreño able to corral it. That's Wiki's 10th yellow card of the season. And that is now number 60 on the season for Las Vegas. They lead that department in the United Soccer League, for those of you who were wondering. By 11. Next highest team has 49. See my quick math there?
See what you did. I'm proud of you.
Quintanilla on the other end, offside once more. That's about the 2nd or 3rd time he's been caught off. Well, a few minutes away from halftime now, but just because Michael Zapata blows his halftime whistle doesn't mean you need to go anywhere. Halftime show includes Las Vegas Lights and Training, news and notes from around our fantastic United Soccer League, and of course, first half highlights and stats, and some breakdown of the first half that we've seen so far from Mr. Devin Kerr. Don't go anywhere. Meanwhile, Las Vegas putting some pressure on RGV. Ochoa gets there, but Corti claiming it to be his own. Ball slipped through, Cabrera lofts it towards the back post, and Devin, that was sort of that pop-up that we were talking about earlier in the game with the side that's not completely pressed down, the ball skipping up at the last moment. And I'm sure Wilmer Cabrera got a full dose of that just a few seconds ago.
Always frustrating as a player when this happens at any point in the field, but again, it's down here in front of the supporter section. Ricardo Ferrigno has to deal with it as well. It's a good look at it, just at the top of the 6-yard box, and it's difficult, hard to judge the bounce. Ball starts to bounce a different direction, but gotta make do with it. Won't have to deal with it in the second 45, only a few minutes left here.
Flick on, Freddie Adu trying to get there. And just a nice how do you do to Connor Donovan.
Freddie Adu taking out some of his first half frustration. Connor Donovan, let him know they're gonna be best of friends.
Donovan, of course, coming over from OCB in the offseason. 22 years old from North Carolina. He's a member of the Wolfpack at NC State. Ochoa wasn't sure exactly where it was. Kai Green clears it away. 3 minutes of extra time here in the first half at Cashman. Flicked along, Ochoa! Wasn't a bad idea at all.
It's a last-ditch effort for the Lights just before halftime. Sammy Ochoa once again getting involved in the air, or at least trying to. It's a good flick on, and we talked about the set pieces by Las Vegas Lights and how good they've been. Dangerous play with Ontiveros coming in as Ochoa's going to the ground. Surprised the referee doesn't blow the whistle there.
Really love to utilize that long throw, and RGV utilizing the long ball at the moment. Quintanilla draws 2 defenders. One of them Quebecia, aka Juan Carlos Garcia, putting in a good challenge. Some nifty footwork and a foul one. El Chili's livid over on the Vegas technical area. And a makeshift corner coming up for RGV.
Wiki got the yellow card about 5 minutes ago on the challenge. 10 yards to his left or so, and you can see Quintanilla getting in one-on-one situations. Salgado dropping back to help out Quebecia following suit as well, but Wiki getting himself in a touch of trouble. This is a dangerous spot for RGV just before half. Your visiting squad, this is exactly what dreams are made of. Love to grab something just before halftime.
Todd Wharton standing on top of it, the captain, the skipper. Good delivery, free header. Not exactly sure whether it was Donovan or Wiki who got a touch to it. It'll end up being a goal kick. RGV having a word or two with Michael Zapata.
His linesman pointed to the corner flag. I think they're going to have a conversation or two at halftime, discuss exactly what went on. Good ball in by Todd Wharton. And you can see this does. That goes off the Lights player. That should have been pointing to the corner spot.
It's pretty blatantly off of Garduño, no?
Just giving myself a little grace period. I have been known to be wrong from time to time. Doesn't happen often. Just making sure, making sure.
Aguilar back for Quintanilla, able to keep it in play. No foul. Yes, indeed, there is a foul. Whistle was a little hard to hear with the supporters section and their percussion. Omnipresent here at Cashman.
This is a gift to the forward. Does a good job keeping it in, and as he plays it around, you can see he's foul hunting. Smart by Quintanilla, even if he got in behind. Would have been difficult to really challenge anything else. As you can see, Las Vegas making their way back. Another dangerous spot here for RGV.
It's Wharton again. And again, it's a teasing ball towards the back post, and Ferrigno somehow, some way, tips it over the bar. Pure reactions and pure brilliance from Ricardo Ferrigno.
We talked about him earlier. How about the young 17-year-old Wilmer Cabrera? Only 5'8" in stature, but he goes up for this one. Real big on the back post. Textbook form. Heads it down. Good save by Ferrigno.
Another set piece for RGV. Loose in the box, swing and a miss. Quintanilla is there. Ferrigno says, that's mine. And that'll bring the first half to a close here at Cashman. No goals to be had, but pretty eventful. Devin Curry, your thoughts?
I'm going to start with that man right there, and we're going to finish with him as well. The antics from Ricardo Ferrigno can be frustrating at times. He was quiet early on, but his ability right at the end of this first half to impose his will on this match has kept it knotted up at 0. 2 back-to-back saves that were absolutely amazing. A lot of goalkeepers would have done way less. Could have been 1 or 2-0.
Well, Salgado and Las Vegas Lights FC do have some things to talk about at halftime, as they really didn't test Nico Corti all that much in the first half. Meanwhile, RGV started to flex their muscles on the road, still looking for their first road win of the season here in Sin City. It's 0-0 between Vegas and RGV at the half, but don't go anywhere. Halftime show's coming up.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Lights soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes: a pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Las Vegas Lights take on St. Louis FC Saturday, August 11th at 5:30 p.m.
On down, shot, rip, in!
Tune in for all the action on MyLV TV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
Hello, I'm Governor Brian Sandoval. There's a lot of confusion lately about health insurance. Nevada HealthLink can help you shop for and enroll in a plan that fits your needs and your budget. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com to review your options and enroll.
¡Vamos! 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 ¡Vamos!
We're in this to win it. We're going to go the extra mile. When the lights go low, we're in it to the very end, till the crowd starts to roar.
Halftime here at Cashman Field in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. The fans here, well, they haven't experienced the goal just yet, but that doesn't mean that they haven't experienced any action. Ricardo Ferrigno, right before the half, having to make a couple of vital saves and plays to keep it at 0-0. And we'll take a look at Las Vegas Lights and what they've been up to in training. Hope you enjoy.
The team led by El Chelis and Isidro Sanchez will face the RGV Toros, against whom they are thirsty for revenge after losing a close matchup in Texas on July 14th by a score of 2-0.
We were really disappointed after the Rio Grande game last time. We felt like we deserved more, and so this time we'll definitely look to get back at them and try and grab all 3 points this time at home. I think we need to start better. I think we had a rough start against Rio Grande last time, and I think this time we need to come out strong, come out hard, and I think we'll do all right.
This will be the first game in which the Vegas midseason transfers can play in front of their home crowd. Defenders Rodrigo Íñigo, Joe Perez, and Carter Manley, plus forwards Daniel Guzman Jr. and Omar Salgado, whom against Portland scored his first goal with the Lights.
And it will be Salgado to strike, and he puts it in the back of the net.
It's always different to play at home. You know, visiting is a different atmosphere, different you know, rival kind of atmosphere. So it's great to be able to play in front of your fans, in front of your friends, and hopefully get some goals and get a win.
Being 8 points away from the last playoff spot, it will be key for the Lights to extend their current winning streak at home to 4, and RGV seems to be an ideal opponent to do so against. This because they have not won on the road during the 2018 USL season.
Thanks, Harry. I want to remind you that Lights FC training sessions at Kellogg's Air are always open to the public. Visit lightsfc.com/schedule to find out daily training times. And we're going to toss it over to some highlights from around the United Soccer League from this past week. Take a look.
What a goal! Sandoval with an incredible bicycle! How did that go in?
Nice through ball for Williams, he scores!
Takes it to the byline, squares it across, they score!
Dennis still on the move, showing great strength. Dennis lets it fly! Sensational from Aaron Dennis, he equalizes in the 72nd minute.
Chang inside to Sebastian Velasquez, shot and a goal! Sebastian Velasquez!
What did I tell you? That's the Monarchs game.
He cuts back to his left foot. He's going to chip the keeper. Oh, an early goal! Sensational from Anthony Burke-Gilroy. Sounders on top in the 2nd minute.
Here, Rasmussen strikes on goal, and it's in the back of the net. Rasmussen has put OKC in front, 1-0.
Here's Stroud in the 18, takes a shot and buries it far post at the start.
Point blank save!
Bonomo the touch, Fleming's the shot.
Quick run up, straight into Ferrigno.
The shot, and what a save. Malcolm. Ball ricochets out in front, and a save by Cardoni.
Coffin leaves a shot, Serta knocks it down.
Long strike and a spectacular save by Restrepo.
Knocked away by Marcinkowski.
Through. Could this be a chance for Fernando? Up by Kuzminski, again blocked by Kuzminski.
This will come to Dillon. Nice save again by McIntosh.
More pressure, right side. Shot taken, Mizell denies again.
Taylor with an effort, a good save.
As Rasmussen will strike from a long way out, forcing a brilliant save.
Here's a shot, and what a save there from Tambakis.
Left-footed ball from Vukovic, curling there, header, and a save.
Bird into space, save.
Isaac Diaz, the shot, and the goal.
Into the 18, oh my!
One-time rip and a goal.
Here, Brody's inside the 18, Brody with a shot! And a goal!
Some stupendous stuff from around the United Soccer League as USL just continues to churn out fantastic skill, goals, and saves alike. Ricardo Ferrigno made an excellent save right before the half. Tyler Terrans along with Devin Kerr will take a look at what's going around the USL here in 2018. And speaking of 2018, how about 2019? More teams, more expansion, more games. Chattanooga will become one of the founding members of USL D3 in 2019, and Lou City FC. Well, the vacant label on Wikipedia for the Lou City head coaching job will have to be changed now. John Hackworth has done an excellent job with the youth in this country at the national level, will become the 2nd ever coach for the Purples. Devin, thoughts?
That's a massive signing for them. I have a relationship with Hackworth, have since I was a youngster, was recruited by him in college before he departed for the U17 national job and has done great things for this country, like you said, Tyler, at the youth level. I'm really, really surprised that he left to go to Louisville City. It's an awesome opportunity. Just really saw him continuing through the ranks at national level for United States Soccer.
And speaking of the ranks, let's take a look at the top ranks in the USL from the previous week of Week 20, and some familiar names up here as far as the Western Conference is concerned. Nico Rittmeyer highlights the Team of the Week with Player of the Week honors. How about Forrest Langsdorff? Double-digit goals for T2. Stefano Bonobo, 2 goals against his former club in New York Red Bulls, 2 Wall Fall. Well, he's just been flat out excellent, breaking up Reno's 13,000 game unbeaten streak.
Shocked that they went in there and got that done, but you
no,
heard
you're
it.
not.
You heard it. I picked it. I picked it. Nobody believed me, but I did. Actually sat down after my game and watched the final 5 minutes, had some din-din. It was nice to watch. I like Langsdorff. He's done really well as of late, but I'll tell you what, they got their hands full tomorrow. They got to play Phoenix Rising.
And as far as the upcoming schedule is concerned, we'll take a look. Devin, you mentioned it. Phoenix Rising looking to bounce back after potentially a Western Conference final preview against the Monarchs that went awry. Gladson Awako being sent off and then suspended for 3 games for grabbing the throat of Michael Chang. Tulsa will host OKC. And then Rio Monarchs will play host to Reno. That should be an excellent game as well. Devin, what do you got circled on your calendar?
Obviously, the T2 Phoenix game that I just mentioned, that's the first one. But keep an eye behind it. The Real Monarchs and Sebastian Velasquez, we've seen what he's done as of late. They dismantled Phoenix last week in that 4-1 drubbing. A lot of things went wrong, but Phoenix looking to turn around Reno. If Phoenix loses and Reno wins, Reno's in second.
Well, that's what's going on the top of the table as far as the bottom half of the table is concerned. 2 teams duking it out right now. No goals to be had. We're hoping that all changes in the second 45 minutes. Highlights, stats, and second half kickoff coming up.
John Barr, you can do it.
I got drive like I work with Uber. Yeah, cooking like Curry, so respect the shooter. Your heart may harden the way I maneuver.
John. I'll do anything to sell you a car.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Lights soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes. A pair of Lights tickets or Harley Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley Davidson on the Strip.
It doesn't matter your age, what position you play, where you're from, or what team you go for. We live in a city full of attractions. The lights and colors unite us. Our passion for the world's greatest sport unites us. A single jersey unites us. Las Vegas Lights. Sport our jersey, and together let's support our team. We are Vegas. Viva Lights.
Si una compañía de energía lo llama y le ofrece que pueden pagar su factura de electricidad durante 7 años y después obtendrán energía gratis, ¿lo aceptaría?
Mi nombre es Carlos Rodríguez. Llámame y le puedo hacer una evaluación completamente gratis para informarle lo fácil que es producir su propia energía y también aprovechar el 30% de descuento de crédito fiscal.
Universal Solar Direct nos ha proporcionado muchos beneficios de energía solar.
La verdad es que estamos muy contentos de haberlos llamado.
Tonight's game is brought to you by NV Energy. Download the Lights FC mobile phone app today, powered by NV Energy. By your Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Learn to ride or ride better at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. And Boston Dental Group, official dentist of Lights FC. Almost ready for the second half here at Cashman and in Sin City. Las Vegas Lights FC and RGV all tied up at 0-0. And we'll explain to you how exactly we got here. Well, you might be able to take a guess. There were no goals scored, but Devin, early on, Las Vegas starting to put some pressure on Salgado, our star player. Looked good in the first 10-15 minutes.
Not bad. He quieted down thereafter, and you have to give credit to RGV for that. But then going the other direction, I like this. Manny Padilla, the opening 15-20 minutes, you saw him really getting involved in the run of play going forward. Pulls this ball inside, tries to pull the trigger from about 22 yards out. Nothing much for Ricardo Ferrigno. And this is what we saw a lot, that long ball in, but there was that disconnect. It's half chances. Ochoa gets it down, Padilla goes to ground. Can't really get enough behind it, 2 challenge. You would see Ochoa get on the end of a few of these, but unfortunately it was just in the wrong space, wrong time. Saw the good ball into the back post right here to Roberto Inigo. But again, there's 3-4 guys. It's such a congested area. They've been so good from set pieces. Not the best we've seen from Vegas. Another one. A great opportunity in by Ochoa. First touch fails him a bit. Good save by Nico Corti.
Sammy Ochoa, 5 goals on the season. RGV on the other side. Aguilar just inches away from getting a touch to this.
Quintanilla was the one on the other side of the ball for RGV, trying to challenge Sammy Ochoa's form, and Salgado gets in. Good ball, and Aguilar could not get on the end of it. This was a scary one. Surprised that the ref does not blow a foul here. You see Ontiveros, the center back, sticks his head in to win it. Tries to pull a bike by Sammy Ochoa. Other referees blow whistle in that situation. This one right before halftime. How about the ball to Cabrera, the back post from Morton? Cabrera goes to ground, so does Farino. What a save.
Ricardo Farino able to keep it level at 0-0 at the half. And we'll take a look at our halftime statistics, which are brought to you by your Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Learn to ride or ride better at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. Devin, so oftentimes the numbers can provide a story. Anything to be had here?
Well, you can see the possession from RGV. That's no big deal because we've seen lights to see that in the past, but the shots, 6 shots, and these guys are only able to get 1-2 on target. A lot of them came in the opening 25-30 minutes. Again, I like the idea of testing the goalkeeper, but actually make them work for it. Not these half ones that are going 3-4 yards outside the post. You expect better from the professionals at this level.
Well, for RGV, they're still in search of their first 3 points away from HE Park this season. Devin, we've seen this from them before on the road. They have a good showing in the first half. They look strong defensively as Matt Thomas is getting ready to come on, and it'll be Quebecchio on Carlos Garcia coming off. If you're RGV and you do want to get these 3 points on the road, as I'm sure they very much do so, what is it going to take here in these second 45 minutes?
Just got to be quicker. You don't mind holding the ball, and you heard their coach in the first half. If you're just joining us, he was telling them, be patient. Patience is fine. Las Vegas doesn't mind if you go left and right, back and forth across the pitch. They'll give that up all day long. But when that opportunity presents itself, it can't be these 2, 3, 4 touches. We've seen Perea, Aguilar, Wharton step into the middle to go receive the ball. It's got to be quick. 1-2 touch soccer. Make Las Vegas chase. They are too talented defensively to sit back and take all the time on the ball that we saw.
We're officially underway. The second half here at Cashman. Tyler Terrens along with Devin Kerr. Glad to have you with us on this hot and humid Saturday night here in Nevada. Michael Zapata, our head referee. Matt Thomas, our first substitution of the night, replacing Juan Carlos Garcia. And Matt Thomas certainly more of an offensive threat than Juan Carlos Garcia, so the intentions of Isidro Sanchez clear in this early substitution. Salgado holding up play. Jaime using his strength. Double team comes. Zaldivar. Good ball over for Kai Green. Quintanilla. Over for Aguilar. Muscled off the ball. Vegas claiming they got all ball, but Michael Zapata not on the same boat. And a set piece coming up for RGV here in the 47th.
The referee not happy with the antics going on after, but you can see him get tangled up. Initially looked like a solid shoulder-to-shoulder challenge, but Aguilar definitely got his feet knocked out from underneath him by Christian Torres. Doesn't matter if you get the ball, if you get his feet first, bud. This is about the 5th time we've seen between the two squads some silly mistakes right at the top of the box. Someone's got to step up and really challenge the goalkeeper here. Todd Wharton floats in a great ball, but from this distance, you should really put something on frame.
It's Wharton and Aguilar standing on top of it. It's Aguilar, and Farino forced to make a good save. So Ricardo Farino in the last 5 minutes or so of actual playing time, having to make some big saves to keep the goose egg up on the scoreboard for Vegas. Wharton keeps it low. Ready to do just a touch along for Thomas, fresh legs. Seemingly gives it away.
Not bad, not bad. See Aguilar trying to pick out that upper corner. Needs to be tucked in tighter in between those posts. This is Ferrino making more out of it than it really was. Sound by the goalkeeper to just push it over the bar, but had two hands behind it. Good save. Like those gloves, though. It's custom.
You interested?
I don't think I would do well in between.
You could use them for your gardening.
There you go. I feel like the dogs would get after him.
You feel like, or you know it would happen?
They would. My mistake. They would.
Ready at 2, that's clever. Finding Kobayashi, much better from Vegas. Along for Ochoa. Salgado towards the back post. Ochoa trying to pick him out. The header completely scuffed. It's still loose in the box. Calls for a handball. Not given an RGV. Come away unscathed. But how about Sammy Ochoa's ball? Just picking out Salgado, excuse me.
We've been very critical of Freddie Adu in the opening 45 minutes, but he comes out with some clever footwork to start the second half. Gets it going the other direction. Sammy Ochoa, teasing ball to the back post. Salgado doesn't get enough on it. Makes a case there. That looks like that comes off the arm. Oh, that does come off the arm of Manny Padilla. Surprised and shocked, actually, that our head referee or the trailing linesman did not catch that one.
Such a bang-bang play, and obviously VAR not at the disposal of the referees in the United Soccer League yet. Obviously difficult to see.
¡Ojo ahí con esta! ¡Estamos de espaldas! Closer, closer.
Good step from Garduño. Orton gets it over for Padilla. Has to track back a little bit to receive it. The big switch over for Cabrera. Cabrera does well. Thomas does a little bit better. Freddie Adu settling into the game nicely here in the 52nd. Kobayashi. Adu gives it away. Now it's Todd Wharton. Cabrera. Back and forth we go in the middle third of the park. Now it's along for Salgado. Lofted ball in. Corti punches it away. Quintanilla felt he was grabbed on the jersey right around his neck. Clearance not the best from Vegas. Aguilar goes for the curler. Had some stink to it, but right into the hands of Ferrino.
How good was Nico Corti on the other end of the field? Decided to pull a page out of Ricardo Ferrino's book, stepped all the way up to the penalty mark to come and win that challenge. It's good stuff by the visiting goalkeeper.
It's RGV on the move once again. Quintanilla over for Aguilar. Todd Wharton skips away from the first defender. His shot goes trickling past the far post, but RGV, past 3 or 4 minutes or so, giving Las Vegas a lot to deal with.
Las Vegas has tried to counterpunch as well, but Todd Wharton has to do better here. This is a wasted opportunity. Good stuff by Aguilar. Talked about his distribution, hold up play. Wharton gets it out in front. Taxi buddy.
A frustrating first half for Freddie Adu, but seen some encouraging signs from him here in the second so far.
It's been good. Curious to see what his relationship with Matt Thomas is going to be like. Matt Thomas likes to really extend play and use that speed that we've seen him push time and time again against the back line of the opposition that come into Cashman Field.
Foul's going to go against Thomas. And Devin, as we're singing the praise of Freddie Adu, at least in the second half, getting word now that it's going to be Eric Avila coming in and Freddie Adu coming off. And Avila, who was a mid-season acquisition just a few weeks ago, comes on, and Freddie Adu, as you can see, a bit dejected, body language not exactly positive from the once wonder kid. And Avila comes on here in the 55th.
He's extremely frustrated. You could hear quite a few words being exchanged between the coaching staff and Freddie Adu. Thought that his performance here deserved better. He's probably got a pretty good argument.
There's Wharton on the set piece, teasing ball, Farinho off of his line. And it skips all the way through without touching anybody. And a goal kick coming up. I'll tell you what, these deliveries from Todd Wharton have been excellent.
Well, it's interesting because the Lights have been lofting balls in. There's been too many guys on the end, but the balls haven't been that great. Todd Wharton's putting some dangerous stuff into the mixer. No one's there. Outside of the chance that we saw right at the end of the first half from Cabrera, it's been poor execution from RGV coming from the set piece opportunities.
Ochoa holds it up. First time we've seen Las Vegas really make camp in RGV's half this second 45 minutes here. Delivery blocked. Aguilar. Already 2 substitutions used by Las Vegas, and we're not even in the 58th minute yet. Kai Green skipping away from Avila. Gives it right to the feet of Garduño. Vegas currently sitting on 23 points in 13th place. RGV, meanwhile, on 20 points in 15th, just with 3 wins but 11 draws. Obviously, with a win, RGV can draw level with Vegas, and if the Lights are able to eke out 3 points, getting closer and closer to that cutoff line in the top 8 in the Western Conference. Here's Quintanilla. Aguilar's first time shot blocked before it can get to Farinho. Cabrera with a good fight, but it's Avila who comes away with it. Salgado with a great first touch. Still with it. Salgado trying to go all the way. And able to win a corner for Las Vegas. And he's livid with Michael Zapata.
This definitely comes off the hand of an RGP player going the other direction, but whether the referee's letting him play advantage in that situation or not, they're able to get a corner out of it, but he is some sort of talent. El Paso is getting something special.
Kobayashi lining up the corner. Salgado all the way towards the back post, and the delivery not exactly what Vegas needed.
You have to wonder exactly what's going on the training ground in those situations, because you're taking someone who has had such an impactful presence on this game. And we talked about Omar Salgado's big frame. Why are you sticking him down in the corner to play a two-man game with Kobayashi? Obviously, he has great distribution skills, but take advantage of that height. Put him on the back post, put him in the mixer somewhere, let him get on the end of the distribution that's being played in. Let someone else go out there with Kobayashi.
Voting is open for this weekend's USL's monthly awards. Have your say in the votes for Player of the Month, Goal of the Month, and Save of the Month at uslsoccer.com. Gordunio. Ochoa. Seconds fall for Ochoa. He did a good job of saving it, but ultimately a goal kick coming up for Nico Corti. Almost at the half-hour mark, Devin. Pace has slowed down significantly from basically what we saw for the entire first half.
You can see RGV really questioning their tactics here in the second half, having some trouble finding their form. We saw some glimpses in the first half of their ability to break down the back line of Las Vegas Lights. Not as prevalent here in the final 45, but it's quite congested in the middle of the field. Neither team really taking advantage of wing play very much. No one's getting down into those channels. That's a good look right there. 8, 9 guys, 10 yards apart from each other. And even just one ball down in to really stretch the defense. Saw Sammy Ochoa a second ago. That actually started on the left. Now the ball goes over the sideline once he goes the other direction. But then you track back a few minutes before on the controversial no call on the handball. Salgado coming in, another one with wing play.
Gordunio gets a touch to it. Quintanilla collects. Aldo Quintanilla taking on Kobayashi. And cleaned up by the Vegas back line. I believe it was Eric Avila back for defensive responsibilities. Ochoa comes away with it. Connor Donovan misjudged it. Ochoa holds up play nicely, finding Avila. Eric Avila. Delivers a good ball in. Ochoa back across, claiming for a handball. It'll end up being a corner. That might be the second handball that Michael Zapata has missed here in the second half.
You have to give credit to Eric Avila on this, because he drifts all the way over, plays a great ball to the back post. That's a difficult one. Very, very difficult for our referee to call. You're gonna see it hit his right hand, but it actually starts on the left side. They're tucked in close, right next to the body. Smart no call by the referee, good decision.
This time it's Kobayashi. And nobody at the back post in Devon. Just seems bizarre that the biggest player for Las Vegas and somebody's been the most dangerous, not only over at the corner flag, but doesn't even end up taking the corner.
It's baffling to me, because I've had quite a few conversations with Isidro Sanchez, and he tells me all the things they go through with those set piece opportunities, how often they practice it, the manner in which they do it, sometimes employing the use of a blackboard on the pitch and training grounds, and they'll spend upwards of an hour, hour and a half going through these sessions. They have special names for all the plays that they rotate so that teams can't find patterns. And to put themselves in a situation like that just makes no sense to me whatsoever.
After tonight's game and every home game, be sure to join Lights players, coaches, and fans for the Plaza Hotel post-game party. Show your ticket and your first drink is on the house. Zaldivar, cut out by Huiki. Good overlap. Kai Green sends it through, and Ferrigno, another save. Excellent build-up play from RGV.
The build-up play is nice, but how about the distribution from Kai Green? Former Seton Hall Pirate playing a good ball in. Zaldivar has to do better. Wide open right at the top of the 6. Green puts it on a platter, could not finish.
Thomas Avila. Blocked by Connor Donovan. Long range effort. Never challenging Corti. And it's going to be Carlos Small on loan from Araba Unido of Panama. Placing Wilmer Cabrera. So the youngsters' day done in the 65th minute. Had a very good opportunity to give RGV the lead right before the halftime whistle. And get some love from Jerson Echeverria, and Carlos Small comes onto the scene here in the 65th. Araba Unido, Carlos Small's parent club, very much one of the giants in Panama and currently participating in the CONCACAF League, essentially the Europa League version of CONCACAF. Here's Zaldivar, sends it out wide, Small, first touch of the game. Sends it along, and a big challenge at the back. Here's Inigo. Matt Thomas, local product. Good turn, gets around Zaldivar. Contact, no call, Quintanilla. But there's Ricardo Ferrigno.
You can hear the Lights contingency not happy with the referee. Once again, not making a call in that situation, but it's a great challenge by RGV to go the other direction, but just couldn't close out. Again, Zaldivar wide open. Good ball into Quintanilla as well.
Salgado fouled from behind. This time he gets the call. And a set piece from about 24.5 yards out coming up.
Salgado just gets tangled up with Manny Padilla. Too touchy-feely with the hands. It's been good stuff from the outside back, but he's been quiet on the offensive side of the ball, defensively getting involved. And now it's going to be interesting to see who's going to step up. We've seen Salgado twice when it sits right in the middle of the park. First one went into the wall. Second one went down underneath. You have to wonder if third time's going to be the charm or if Kobayashi is going to get involved in the play. He was the one who was at the helm before Salgado came in on loan, who would step up into these set-piece opportunities. See Kobayashi eyeing things up here. Nico Corti assembling the troops and asking for his wall to pay a tiny attention. Marco Jaime getting in on the act.
Might even be Carlos Alvarez on top of this ball if he wasn't suspended. It'll be Kobayashi.
It's a lot of buildup.
Yeah, from you and me.
You expect more out of there. 27 yards out or so. 26.2 roughly.
I said 24.5. I don't know where you're getting these crazy numbers from.
I eyeballed it. I had my binoculars out.
Zaldivar bends it across, small, offside. Get an inside look at life on and off the field from a player's perspective every Wednesday evening in the latest edition of From the Pitch on USLsoccer.com. Cardinal Small that close. Getting his first goal in an RGV uniform. And it looks like Chuy Enriquez is going to come on and replace Pablo Aguilar. Nobody there at the back post for Las Vegas. Here comes Chuy Enriquez, who scored the 90th minute goal against RGV the last time these two teams met on July 14th.
How good has he been recently?
And we do apologize for the brief technical difficulties, but we're back. All intended for Kai Green. He continues to get up and sound at right flank. Green just thumps it in the other direction. 20 minutes remaining in this one. Tyler Terrence along with former German pro Devin Kerr. RGV in Las Vegas, 13th and 15th in the USL's Western Conference. 3 points would go a long way in both of their efforts to make a late playoff push. But right now it's a point apiece. Here's Jaime. Pinballs off of him and Manny Padilla. And last touch is off Jaime. Good defensive play for Matt Thomas as we are approaching our second half hydration break. Positive first touch. Falls for Zaldivar. Gets it back, squares it across. Enriquez somehow deflected wide. Might have been Farinho, might have been Garduño, but either way, Chuy Enriquez denied here in the 72nd.
Why does he take a touch on this ball? Zaldivar's been so active here in the second half, and there is no reason whatsoever for Chuy to put 2 touches in this ball.
Corner coming up for RGV, Todd Warden. Connor Donovan elevating, popped up. We'll get another look as to exactly what Devin was talking about.
It comes into 7, Zaldivar. You said a great positive first touch. Lackadaisical touch by Garduño, and he just lays it back to Enriquez. He should hit this first time. Top of the 6, ball comes back. Farinho's exposed. 24 feet left to right, and you cannot find the back of the net. That is going to be a chance that is going to come back to haunt them.
Long throw in for Las Vegas. Jaime Avila mistimes it. Here's Avila again. And El Chelis with a few words for Miguel Garduño that I don't really quite understand, and probably that's a good thing.
He's not happy with his boys, is he? There's someone interesting that he hasn't brought off the bench yet, and this could be coming in the near future, but Raul Mendiola, he has been so good in general this season, but a spark plug to say the least, coming off the bench just a short couple weeks ago. His performance in the game versus OKC Energy was absolutely amazing. They ended up losing the game 6-4, but he got a hat trick, 2 of which came in the final 10 minutes, and he's one who can go one-on-one. He's got that explosive firepower as well, hits a great dead ball, but they haven't been featuring him in the starting 11 as of late, something that we should probably discuss in our next conversation with El Chelis and Isidro Sanchez.
Hydration break here in the second half, Devin. We talked about the pace of play in particular, slowing up here in the second half. But we mentioned at the top of the broadcast and really throughout this game how both sides really desperately need 3 points. Are we seeing a bit of fear at the fact of perhaps losing all points to a team that, if you are going to make the playoffs, you're going to be fighting with one another for that spot? Both of these teams are not making the postseason. If either of them are going to, there's only going to be one.
It's not fear, it's poor form. Plain and simple, poor form. You don't really see anybody being tentative in their actions. You can just see guys, they're not finishing. El Chelis is frustrated beyond belief. They've had a couple opportunities. And same thing for Gerson Echeverry and RGV going the other direction. A couple sitters right at the top of the 6, couldn't close it out. That's just poor execution. And you cannot do it against the likes of who's coming up. I mean, tonight's frustrating enough, but look, Las Vegas has to go on the road to St. Louis, to Orange County, turn around and play Phoenix and Fresno, and then at Reno. That is as tough as a schedule as you can get in the Western Conference. And it's not going to get much easier for RGV either. I mean, they'd love to come on the road and steal some points, but go in their direction. Their next game, they're going to have to travel to Sac Republic, then home first OKC. You never know what you're getting in that situation. And then you go back out on the road, Orange County, followed by San Antonio, at Phoenix, Real Monarchs. So there's a lot of games there just going to be frustrating for them. Both these squads having to deal with the brunt of the big boys of the Western Conference.
Carlos Small putting pressure on Huiki. And a corner kick coming up for RGV. So the hydration certainly doing Gerson Echeverry's side some good.
Íñigo, agarra 20, Íñigo. Vivo 58.
Warden, back post, Ontiveros was there. Good defending from Christian Torres. And he'll come out the other way, and Devin right on cue. You know, I know you're not somebody who likes to toot your own horn and, you know, mention when you're right, but I guess you were right here.
You have to, though. How is he? I'm surprised, again, that he's not in the starting 11. I think the guy has shown us in his play that he deserves to be there. But that's fine. You put him on the bench. Now he's got 12-plus minutes or so to come on and make an effect on this game, and they need it. They need that spark plug effort, someone to really ignite this Lights offense, because they have been dormant here in the second half.
So Mendiola, who has 5 goals on the season in just 10 appearances now, this being his 10th, comes onto the scene in the 78th minute. Wharton. Kai Green trying to bend it into space. Matt Thomas cutting it out. Perea. On Tavares again. Clever from Quintanilla, over for Carlos Small, the substitute. Small putting it out frame, and Ferrigno parries it away. The loan from Arabe Unido, making the most of his time here in the United Soccer League, but Ricardo Ferrigno's been excellent all night. However, he concedes another corner for RGV, the visitors. They play it short. Chuy Enriquez sends it across. Almost an own goal for Vegas. And we'll do it one more time. Vegas scrambling to try to deal with these RGV set pieces. Todd Wharton yet another. Garduño gets there, Small.
RGV back-to-back chances, looking very dangerous. Carlos Small, the substitute, steps up. Ricardo Ferrigno comes up big. And it comes back to the second corner. You see him cat-like on the near post. This ball's probably gonna find Quintanilla on the back post. Two back-to-back saves from their netminder, and he's been great in this game, absolutely amazing. Two saves right at the close of the first half to keep his team in it. Following suit with 10 minutes to go. Plenty of opportunities here for both squads.
Matt Thomas, a good ball along. Torres' shot blocked. And a corner coming up for Vegas now on this end. To the final 10 minutes we go. And again, it's Salgado just heading over to the corner flag. Mendiola's also there. You'd expect Mendiola, one of the shortest players on the field, to be on top of a corner. Salgado after the touch, shot put in, it's Huiki. Vegas take the lead in the 82nd.
We've been so critical of the set piece opportunities of Las Vegas Lights all night long. Just about to see the exact same thing. Mendiola, tiny touch, Salgado can't believe it. Lofts one to the back post, and it's Hofer from Wiki at best, but he gets up high, challenges the goalkeeper, and it's exactly what you want to see out of your big center back. Heads it down, makes it very difficult for the goalkeeper to slide over and make a save. Nico Corti cannot get his hands on it. Exactly what you want from a set piece opportunity, even if it's makeshift at best.
Wiki with his 4th goal of the season. Could prove to be a game winner. It's his first goal since June 16th in a 4-1 win over S2. And Huiki will go all the way back for Ferrigno. Next Saturday, the Lights head to East to meet St. Louis FC. Join Cash the Soccer Rocker, Carlos Alvarez, and other Lights players and fans for a watch party at the Plaza Hotel. It's free, but please RSVP at lightsfc.com/August. Here's Small. Zaldivar encouraging Kai Green forward. Matt Thomas lowering the boom.
Now you wonder if the visitors have any response in them. Such a difficult place to come and play, Cashman Field. Makes it even that much more difficult when the lights get out. Get their emotions behind them, the supporters group. You can really hear them behind the goal of Nico Corti.
Well, their 6-match unbeaten streak, the 3rd longest in the USL, in danger here tonight in Sin City. Matt Thomas, purposeful run, able to win a corner, and that's good work from the substitute.
And now if you're the home squad, you'll see it slow down a touch. You'll see those steps become a little bit more elongated. You can see Mendiola and Salgado methodically making their way to the corner spot. Start the time-wasting opportunities to really close this game out.
Salgado again. It was Inigo right on that near post. Wiki with a strong header. And Devin, you and I were both pointing out the same thing for a brief moment. Mendiola, as soon as he realized the ball was won by RGV, sprinted back in the defensive position, and now here he is. Great skill around Wharton. Shoved off the ball, but it's Thomas who picks it up. Thomas driving forward. Still trying to get there. No call from the referee. Loose in front and cleared away.
Sammy Ochoa gets tangled up on the backside, which is why the referee's now stepping in, as Jerson Echeverry is gonna pull his last string, trying to be the puppeteer of the night. He's brought in Chuy Enriquez and Carlos Mo, and now John Montano.
And it's going to be Manny Padilla coming off. So Montano looking to make that super sub-like impact here in the 87th minute. The 21-year-old from Colombia. Here's Zaldivar. Sliding it through, Quintanilla. Still loose in front, Chuy Enriquez. Again, had a great opportunity. And the foul's going to go against Montano.
I mentioned to you earlier, Tyler, about too many touches being involved. How many guys could have pulled the trigger there? Another one here, another strike here. 3-4 guys with a good opportunity. Can't get it off in the middle of the box, just turns into a melee. RGV have to be very careful. I understand it's dire stretches coming down, but Vegas possessed that quick strike opportunity.
Salgado. Mendiola onside. Mendiola still with it. It's Mendiola. But it's offside. The cruelest of teases sometimes, the assistant referee.
He knew it almost immediately. You could see him put his head down in disgust, as frustrated with himself as he found himself into that area. RGV have gone to a 3-back system, moving Montano up the pitch. Omar Ontiveros will slide into the left back position.
Small, good hustle, keeps it alive. But the delivery way off. And we'll get another look at Mendiola's goal that was called back.
Another look, Salgado. Yep. 3-4 yards off, easy. You can see Connor Donovan, Kai Green, everybody slid up. Ontiveros comes into your scream at the end, but he had already made a few steps to come back in. El Chelis not happy with exactly what went on in that series of events, but 100% offside. And the best look a lot of times when you find out there is coming from the players. Mendiola put his head down, ran the other direction. He'd be the first one to tell you if he was onside.
Mendiola has just been a ball of energy for Vegas since coming on. Look at the work rate. Zaldivar bringing it down. Donovan. That's Todd Wharton. Salgado called for the foul. Into the dying embers of this one. Salgado with the assist on the Joel Huiki goal in the 82nd. RGV looking to equalize. Looking to keep their unbeaten streak alive. Wharton. Free header, loose in front, cleared out. It was Avila. And Connor Donovan just completely ran over Farinho. Fans, Saturdays at 8 a.m. Be sure to tune in to Las Vegas Soccer Betting Hour on NBC Sports AM 920 or www.lvsportsnetwork.com or on your preferred podcast platform by searching Las Vegas Soccer Betting Hour. RGV comes away with it. Huiki only as far as Carlos Small. Wharton. Tripped up from behind. Referee says play on. Kai Green. Denied by Mendiola. Still with the Toros. The foul's going to come out the other way. Or excuse me, it's going to stay here. It's Sammy Ochoa who receives the yellow card.
You're Las Vegas, you got to be smart down the stretch. You've worked so hard to get into this position. Don't give it away right at the end of the game with silly fouls.
Wharton. Huiki again. Scoring goals and denying set pieces. Chuy Enriquez. Montano along for Quintanilla. Well over the bar.
It's been the theme of the night for RGV. Just wasted opportunity after wasted opportunity. And a lot of them, Tyler, wide open. Just goes back to the message that we said going into halftime, that you really have to challenge this goalkeeper, and they haven't done that. Done a better job as of late in their recent performances. Not a lot of goals, but they've done a good job getting looks, at least on frame, and that hasn't been the case tonight.
Quintanilla along for Small. Small stumbles for a moment. Gets it over for Montano. Towards the back post. Donovan was arriving late. Salgado stripped to the ball. Bullish work to win it back. And just holding off the opposition and finding Mendiola in acres of space. Raul Mendiola away from Pereira. Now skips it out wide. Ochoa back for Mendiola. Would have been excellent. Zaldivar. Ferrigno claims it. Fans, BDG Dental is proud to sponsor Shirts Off Our Backs following every Lights FC home game. Schedule your next appointment at 3-888-888. Back and forth we go. And that's going to do it. Las Vegas Lights FC bounce back with 3 points. Wasn't the prettiest, but it was gritty. Joel Huiki in the 82nd minute provides a corner kick goal for Las Vegas that gives them a massive 3 points and takes them one step closer to approaching that cutoff line in the Western Conference. Ricardo Ferrigno is excellent. It's a clean sheet for Las Vegas, which we haven't said a ton this season. Devin Kerr, your thoughts?
You have to give credit to the home squad. They showed a lot of character and grit. Not the best performance tactically or offensively that we've seen, but they stayed sound defensively. And their big center back, Huiki, able to step up in the closing moments of this game and help secure 3 points.
It's a win for the home side. RGV go home empty-handed. Wrap it up in just a moment.
Boston Dental Group, your place for friendly, gentle, and convenient dental care in Las Vegas. We offer you expert specialists such as orthodontics, implants, cosmetic dentistry, and even pedodontics for your children. Call us today to take advantage of our limited time offers. 25% off cleanings and only $250 down to start your braces today. Call 702-388-8888.
We're Boston Dental Group, making healthy smiles more affordable to you.
What is Zappos? Allow us to introduce ourselves. We're your one-stop shop for shoes, clothing, handbags, and a whole lot more. Simply put, Zappos is you, and we're here for you 24/7. Whether you need the latest and greatest in footwear or a new piece of luggage, we'll always ship it fast and free. Add to that free returns and a 1-year return policy, and you'll be set for a worry-free shopping adventure. So let us help deliver happiness to your front door. Shop on Zappos.com today.
Good times here in Sin City as Las Vegas Lights FC come away with a 1-0 win, really by the skin of their teeth, as Joel Huiki in the 82nd nods home the game winner. And Ricardo Ferrigno presented with some sort of trophy. Season's not over just yet, and they're below the cutoff line, but hey, why not celebrate? We'll take a look at the full-time highlights. Tyler Terrens along with Devin Kerr. And Devin, early going, RGV. This is actually right before the half. Ricardo Ferrigno with just a pure reaction save.
He's getting the man of the match trophy, and he deserves it. This was just before the 45-minute whistle. There were 2 back-to-back opportunities, and then in the second half, a lot of set pieces, a lot of balls floated in. This is the one from Aguilar, trying to pick out that upper corner. Ferrigno had other ideas, and then the Lights, they just continued to push the momentum the other direction. One of the best chances we saw all night long. Ball into the back post by Ochoa. Salgado could not get enough power behind it. A couple controversial calls from our referee as well. That was one coming off the hand. There would be a second one to challenge. RGV, though, the theme for their night, wasted opportunities. Couldn't pull the trigger. 2, 3, 4 touches at times. Nothing that could get by Ricardo Ferrigno.
Todd Wharton, part of that contingency that just could simply not get it going on the offensive side of the ball. With this ball in, and then Zaldivar on his birthday couldn't exactly find that 23rd birthday present. Ricardo Ferrigno on the spot. We will continue to chug along through the second half. Perea and Zaldivar with good work just to win it back. But Devin, you said it, Enriquez, no business taking a second touch there.
He's known for his marksmanship on that depth right foot, but look, he doesn't need to set himself up. Zaldivar's done all the hard work for him. All you got to do is put your head down, get over the ball, and push that into the back of the net. Can't do it. Lights go the other direction. Actually, some confusion in the corner. Ball still makes its way to the back post. Huiki says thank you very much. They go the other way.
4th goal of the season for the former Cruz Azul man and the captain Huiki with a massive goal and really just the 3 points that Las Vegas desperately needed. Take a look at the final stats. Only 2 times did Las Vegas even attempt to challenge Nico Corti. One of them ended up in the back of the net.
Unimpressive from their set pieces, which has not been the case for the Lights all season long. That's usually one of their focal points that has been strong for them on the other side of the ball. RGV, this is gonna be very frustrating for them. They're gonna go into the dressing room. Jerson Echeverry gonna have a conversation with his boys. At the end of the day, you gotta close out. They couldn't do it.
So RGV's 6-match unbeaten streak is snapped here in Las Vegas. And Joel Huiki, the hero for the night. But there's a tough stretch coming up for Las Vegas, and their next match is going to be at St. Louis FC. For RGV, the tough times continue, and the tough times on the road continue, but not many tougher places to play than Cashman Field in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Nothing beautiful about tonight's game, but there's always something beautiful about 3 points if you're El Chelis and Isidro Sanchez. Salgado to Huiki in the 82nd minute, and that's all she wrote for the home side. For my broadcast partner, Devin Kerr, our now outstanding crew, Tyler Terrence saying so long for now. Final score, Lights 1, RGV 0. We'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.